So when two matters connected each other, molecules united each other, then there will be a third reality evolved, like hydrogen and oxygen, two gases you take and make a union. Then both gases will lose their identity, and a third reality will be evolved as H2O, water.
Hi, and welcome to the Kid and Friends podcast. Today, I am joined by GuruJi Yogi Shivan. He's a modern mystic and master healer and the founder of the Indimasi Ayurvedic Healing Village in Kerala, India, built for people dealing with stress, anxiety, burnout, and deep reset work. His path included a long pilgrimage across India, formal initiation into the Siddha Yoga tradition under his teacher, Dharmamananda Swami, and a 4-year meditation retreat in the Aripa forest before returning to guide others through healing, yoga, meditation, and traditional practices. Did I get the words right? I think I felt like I was practicing them. I was trying my best.
Good.
So I when I was initially getting the chance to talk to you, I was always under the impression that a yogi was more of a religious leader versus a spiritual leader. And I wasn't quite sure of what the difference was between the two. And I was wondering if you could clarify that for me on the front side. And then I have a ton of questions about your journey.
Fantastic. I was really looking forward for somebody who can ask this question. I had done many podcasters. Then people will ask, okay, burnout, stress, and this thing. Yes, you just came to the core.
Good.
What is the difference between religion and spirituality?
Yes.
What is the connection between yoga and spirituality?
I was misunderstanding what the difference between a yogi was and what a religious leader and a spiritual leader was. And I knew that you would be able to give me the answer. So if you could just express that to me, that would be appreciated.
Yes, actually, this is what we have to acknowledge. The difference between, or the connection between yoga, religion, and spirituality. Mm-hmm. If you understand it properly, you will be a complete human being.
Okay.
Otherwise, we will be half human, half animal, like that.
Okay, sure.
The word religion, actually, it's derived from the Latin word religio or religare. This is how we pronounce here. Okay. But that Latin word gives the English name religion. In yoga or in India, Sanskrit, it is set as madam in Sanskrit. Okay. Which is going to the meaning that opinion.
Gotcha.
Yes. The real meaning of religion is opinion. So opinion about the reality of life or the mysterious side of life from a master called Jesus Christ. In future or long run, it was codified as Christianity. It became a set of belief.
Yes.
A master called Prophet Muhammad, he explained something about the invisible reality of nature or the existence. He spoke about that something which was codified as Mohammedanism or Islam. Okay. The Buddha, he said something came as Buddhism. Zarathustra said something, Zoroastrianism. Isms. It's like science. Yes. Many scientists came out and they propounded their theories. All these theories became very rigid. Then people were, forced to be entangled into a certain set of belief, not permitted to think freely. That is religion.
Okay, that makes sense.
Set of beliefs about the infinity or the invisible world.
Gotcha.
So the word came out, the religion came out from yoga, union, yoke.
Okay.
Everybody must have a union between mind and body. If I read a book, my mind is completely united to that subject of a book. I will get a better understanding.
Sure.
When I am talking to you, if I am completely connected, united with your vibration, we will understand in a better way.
Sure.
If I am having a scattered mind and looking at you, and you will be bored talking to me.
Yeah.
So everything, the perfection or the result is depending on the union between the mind and the subject.
Okay.
Same way, if I want to know who I am,
Mm-hmm.
I am born from somewhere. I don't know. I don't know why I am born.
Right.
And I am growing, getting old, getting wrinkles, which I don't want, but
Yeah.
still it is happening. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Can't fight
And
Father Time, right?
yes, one day I will die. I don't want to die, but still I'll die.
Sure.
Then what is after the death? I don't know. That means I know nothing about my life.
Yes.
So then the master said something, and I am just following a set of belief about my life. And everybody said, there is somebody sitting somewhere called God, and he is with that cane, he is controlling everything. And I
Right.
am
He's like a
saying that,
master,
yeah,
or like a
yes,
puppet master directing everything.
yes. So it's only a set of belief.
Okay.
But yoga says, come on, bring your mind back to your own matter. I mean, body is made of matter.
Mm-hmm.
In the body, there is a mind. You know that I have a mind.
Yes.
Then one day you feel that somebody died means something had gone from the body, means life or the soul.
Yes.
Look inside. Make a union between mind and body is called yoga,
Okay.
which is the essence of the religare Latin word. So when two matters connected each other, molecules united each other,
Yeah.
then there will be a third reality evolved, like hydrogen and oxygen, two gases you take
Sure.
and make a union, then both gases will lose their identity, and a third reality will be evolved as H2O, water.
Yeah.
This is the science, union and disunion.
So
Everything is happening
the
in this
mind and
nature.
the body and the spirit become one and become something else.
No, mind and body merge each other.
Okay.
Both will lose their identity. A third reality, spirit, will be
Okay.
evolved.
Gotcha.
That is the third reality, third dimension. The moment you become aware of that, you are what you know. You know the third reality, then you will say that I know who I am. That is what is called God. And
Okay.
I will feel that I am my own creator. I am my own preservator. I am my own destroyer. This is what is the fundamentals of yoga.
I
And
like the idea that you say your own destroyer, because a lot of times people don't take responsibility for their actions.
of
And
course,
to they'll look at the positive part of it, where I can create everything that is around me, but when bad things happen to them, they don't take the same responsibility.
yes. So when bad things happens, we blame others. We put
Yeah.
on others' head. When good things happens, we will take the responsibility. That is the partiality. You
Yes.
have to be unconditional. You have to be sincere and responsible to yourself. Whether it is success or loss, it's
Mhm.
my own creation. When I take that responsibility, my opinion, my religion about the reality of myself, I am fully aware. That is what is called freedom,
Okay.
independence. Then, if I reach to certain level of understanding of myself, immediately people can call me a prophet.
Okay.
This is what. So this is how prophets are evolved in the history. But
Sure.
now there is no space for many prophets because science material science has reached to a certain height to explain everything with the support of machine.
Yes.
Earlier, people were depending only on mind, and that is why it was mysterious. Now, majority is depending on machines, so it is being generalized. I will give you an example. Ayurveda is a medical system of India derived around 5,000 years ago. It is clearly stated there are microorganisms which cannot be seen through the naked eye, the cause of diseases.
Yeah.
5,000 years ago, they said. But how many people could understand it? The people who were going into the depth of the mind through meditation, they could understand something beyond the limit of intellect.
Yeah.
Very few people, but they explained everything to general people, normal people. But people were not having a opportunity to experience. So it became little bit mysterious.
Yeah.
But now, with the modern support, you go to a lab, take a microscope, look inside, you can see a microorganism. So modern science brought this, spiritual ideas or ancient ideas into public.
Gotcha.
Then there is no chance for mystery. Now everything is explained.
Yes, and
So,
it seems like for the longest time, traditional religion has replaced holistic types of spirituality and beliefs, and it feels like in the last probably 4 or 5 years, at least in my world, in my realm where I exist, I've paid more attention to it, and it seems like more and more people are open to the holistic side of things versus the traditional side of medicine. Like, for example, I had a gentleman on the other day. He had a company that did sound healing with frequency, and a very holistic thing to talk about. But he works with traditional doctors, and and more of these traditional doctors who are book smarts and read, and they're bred through the science side of it, are realizing that's not quite enough anymore, and they're starting to look at the holistic side to fill in all of the gaps where all that traditional stuff doesn't really fit, and where there's no explanations for things. Am I right on that?
yeah, but again, we immediately, our mind is little bit complicated to understand properly. We need something holistic.
Yes.
What is holistic? Something which is beyond our intellect is very beloved to everybody.
Okay.
And earlier it was labeled as God. Now everybody wants to be holistic.
Yes.
Somehow we see, be practical. The subtle world and the visible world. That's all.
That makes it a lot simpler.
Yes. So we know the material world, this apparent universe, is not existing the way we perceive. It is called Maya in traditional science, illusion.
Okay.
Now, modern science, quantum physics, is declaring that there is no material world existing the way you perceive, because matter is only a temporary manifestation.
Yes.
Once it is observed, it will change its pattern. This is what quantum physics is explaining through double slit experiment.
Yes.
So what I'm
That's
saying
become
is,
on my radar in the last probably 2 or 3 years, and it's kind of like I think it's Schroeder's experiment, where the cat's in the box, and is the cat alive or dead, and you don't know until you look, and you see the double slit where it's a beam of light, and where it splits, it's reacting completely different to 2 different types of things.
Different patterns, yes. Once it is monitored, again it is changing its pattern. So that is what in India, traditionally it is that Shraddha. Focus the mind can make the pattern of the matter. See, ancient science is coming back to the modern conclusions, or they are coming together.
Yes.
This is what I want to tell you. Religion is the realization of the reality. The material world is changing. We cannot recognize a change without a comparison with a changeless state. My hand is moving, you see the change because that movement is based on a stable background. If the background is also moving with the same speed, you cannot recognize the change, the movement. Same way, we know the material world is changing. That means there must be a changeless background, which is called a real. The unreal world is experienced subject to the real world behind it. That
Oh, okay.
reality is labeled as God.
Wow.
So once you understand that reality, you are religious.
Okay.
Then you will be able to handle both the real and unreal world, or yin and yang, or pleasure and pain. This
Yeah.
duality of nature will be handled comfortably. Once you handle your plus and minus, your positive and negative,
Yeah.
comfortably, you are a successful being, which is called
Wow.
a complete man. That is what is called holistic. Then I will have my own opinion about myself. I am religious, means I know the reality of myself in
Yes.
perfect freedom.
That's the best explanation I've ever heard of it. Because when I was a kid, I went to Catholic school, and I hated the processes of it. I hated the fact that I had to sit in a church and listen to somebody who was in this uniform with a giant hat on their head telling me what to do. I didn't enjoy the nuns, who were not the most pleasant people that I've ever met in my life. Then I grew up and I got older, and I hit a point where I stopped believing in God. And then I started thinking that when I passed, that was it. And somehow I've made my way back to, I'm a soul that will go on eternally, and I'm here temporarily, and I have to do the best that I can with the time that I have to make it through this. And if someone were to ask me if I was a religious person in recent years, I would say no. But based on your explanation, I can now say yes, because
Yes,
I have the ability to control what's in me and have the ability to perceive myself.
yes. This
Wow.
is what the awareness or the acknowledgement of the reality of our own existence.
Yeah.
That is what is called religion. So
Okay.
everybody should be scientifically religious.
Yes.
If everybody becomes scientifically religious, there is no clash in the world, because
Yeah.
I take responsibility of my action. Then
Sure.
no blaming. If I am, see, like many people say, oh, I am allergic to dust, so I cannot go to that side. It is very dusty.
Yeah.
Arey Baba, if people are living there, your immunity is low. That is why you are allergic to
Sure.
dust. So change your limit. Be powerful within. Your lungs should be strengthened. Then you go to the dusty area. So instead
Yeah.
of blaming the dust, you blame yourself, your limitation.
Right.
Change
It's not the
that.
dust's fault. It's a weakness in your own personal being that
Yeah.
is suffering from
Yes.
it.
Yes. So when we take that responsibility, there is no more blaming each other. We will accept ourselves. The moment I learn to accept my failure and my weakness, I
Yeah.
will be able to accept others' failure and weakness. So that will be a perfect understanding and cooperation.
Yeah.
So the change should start from the individual.
Right.
In society is nothing but the individuals grouped together. So
Yeah.
why society is chaotic? Because
Yes.
individual is chaotic. The change should start from the individual.
Yeah.
Everybody must be scientifically religious.
Okay. And there's so many people that are distracted in the world these days, whether they're on their phone, they're on their computer, they're on social media, they're doing all these things. A lot of people haven't looked internally in a long time. I meet them every day, and it doesn't make them any less of a person. But when I meet them, I have trouble connecting with them sometimes, because I can instantly tell that they're not connected to themselves first before they're connecting with the rest of the world, because everyone is looking external. And to my point from a few minutes ago, there's more people looking internal these days, where they're starting to see, okay, I have to make my changes from the inside and not rely on somebody else to make changes for me, or change an environment that I'm in. To your point with the dust, the responsibility is falling back onto more people, where they're understanding that I'm in control of myself. I'm the one who allows these things to happen to me or not happen to me, or how I react to a situation. And
Yeah, yeah. This is
right.
necessary now.
Yeah, and I love that idea of everything you just said, and I want to hear about your journey a little bit, and how you started when you were a child. Was there was this part of your life as if did you have like was your family ingrained in this type of stuff, or did you have a calling where you felt like something was different about you, or you just needed more information because you felt like there was more? Like, what started you on your journey?
Yes, I was given freedom for my own search. So that is basically by birth I am a Hindu.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not I am not born and brought up in a family where the rigid religious practices were there.
Okay.
My father was an Ayurveda physician who was a real Hindu. Real Hindu means there is no restriction.
Okay.
His freedom is to the infinity. If
All
you
right.
want to believe in God, you can believe in God. If you don't want to believe, you don't want. If you want to search for God, you are allowed to do that.
Okay.
So everything is permitted. That means spiritual scientist. So I was a hyperactive child. So because of my extra energy, I used to make a lot of problems in the school. So complaints used to
Were you a bad apple?
Sorry?
Were you a bad apple as a child? In the United States, that means like if you were to pick some apples and there's one that in there that you don't want to eat, that's the bad apple. Were you the bad apple as a child?
Almost same.
Okay. I was as well.
Because, naughty children, of course, they will be questioning. I used to question everything. Even my teachers, they were tired of my questions. That's why. So some children, they will come against me and they will fail, compromising with me. Then the power will be applied. So like that, anyhow.
Yeah.
When my father recognized my energy, he put me into a traditional martial arts school, which is called Kalari. Kalari Poetry. It's an Indian traditional martial art based on yoga and yogic philosophy disciplines.
Okay. Is it similar to karate? Like, what type of martial art is it?
Yes, karate, kung fu, aikido, all other traditional martial arts derived from this martial art. That is why it is known as the mother of all martial arts.
And what was the name of it again?
Kalari Payettu.
Okay. And just so you know, I'm a 2nd degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I own a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school. So that's what I do when I'm not podcasting. I teach people how to fight. And real quick, when I started Jiu-Jitsu, it was about fighting other people. And somewhere on the path of fighting in between white belt and black belt, it became more of a spiritual thing for me. And it was more about internalizing the things that I have to deal with. And the best place for me to do it was on the mats, because that's where I was learning my lessons the quickest. That's when they were handed to me by others a lot of the time. So you started karate as a child, and your father wanted you to get rid of all this excessive energy and questioning that you had.
Yeah. So Kalari Payettu is what you said is you are a black belt. The gap between the white belt and black belt. If you see that, every violent movements will slowly take you to a perfect silence. If you miss that silence, you have not completed martial art. Martial art is masculine, and the discipline of martial art is really feminine. Feminine means it is accommodative. Masculine is expressive. So it is yin and yang. Anyhow, we will come back to that later. Yeah. So I was a good student. There I studied or learned the significance of violence and the silence. Unknowingly, I was into this, usage of my muscles. I was a Kalari master with acupressure points. There we have to learn healing also. Okay. Because it's a complete science of body, mind, spirit management. Then after, when I reached my college, that was the time of introduction of Enter the Dragon, the Bruce Lee's time. I was into that. Then I became a 3rd degree black belt in karate.
Okay. And I was a karate. I took karate when I was a kid, and I had the nunchucks and everything else. And there was one point where I was in the woods swinging my nunchucks one day, and it was probably about 4:00 in the afternoon. And I was swinging them, and I cracked myself in the back of the head, and I knocked myself out in the woods. And I woke up maybe 2 hours later. I'm exaggerating the time, but maybe 10 minutes later. But it was dark when I woke up. I knocked myself out when it was light. I woke up when it was dark. So, but the Enter the Dragon was one of my favorite movies as a child.
Yeah, again, there are philosophical lessons. Instead of hurting others, better learn to hurt ourselves. So
Yes.
we'll take the responsibility. Anyhow, so then I went to boxing. I was the state boxing champion in 1985.
Okay.
Then I used to dance a lot, like Indian traditional dance form, like Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi. So anyhow, by using my muscles, I was unknowingly dragging myself deep to my mental level. So when I reached after my graduation, I went to Middle East for getting some money for a better option. So there, I was a healer. See, like the energy points, when we play with energy points, neck pain, back pain, this sleeplessness, these things are nothing in front of me because we can play with the meridians. So I became very popular there, known as the guy with magic fingers.
Okay.
So I was taken to the upper strata of society for service, healing services.
Sure.
There I came to know the real challenging question: what is the purpose of life? I saw people who could buy everything either with money power or muscle power. Nothing was, blocked for them by man.
Sure.
But I saw these kind of people miserably failing in front of two things: diseases and death.
Okay.
So when the machines and medicines fail, doctors will say, oh, the body is not reacting to medicine. That means doctor surrendered. Still, this person is alive. He wants to come back to life, but he is sinking. I saw the real helplessness on their eyes.
Yeah.
When the machines say, sorry, I have nothing to do, medicines are saying, I have anything to do. What is next? I was not ready to be defeated like that situation.
Okay.
Being a fighter from the very beginning, I wanted to go beyond the machine and mind.
Sure.
Then I came to know Kalari, or the Indian tradition is talking about immortality by focused mind, meditation. So there I became serious. I left that colorful life, came back to India. I became a monk by myself. I searched for a guide, guru, for teaching me the technique, how to explore the power of mind. Then I was initiated in Kundalini Yoga order. After the initiation, I went to a forest. I spent my time around 4.5 years in my seclusion, only for finding the truth within myself.
So
There,
you were by yourself for 4 years alone?
yes,
Wow.
yeah, because mind was focused for that. If something is there beyond the changes, changelessness is there. It is said in almost all traditional books of India. Then they prescribed the way how to explore that. So I followed that path. Then one day I saw my body as I see you. That is what is called out of body experience or death like experience. Some people in the ICU, they write when they come out from that disease, they write that their experience, they came out from the body, they went through a tunnel, then came back like
a
that.
near death experience where
Near death,
they've left their body and they see themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So
you're
once
perfectly healthy when you're having this happen.
when the person who is experiencing spontaneously, that is what is called disease. It is called roga in Sanskrit. But if you create consciously, that is what is called yoga in Sanskrit. One is created with the perfect control, one happened by itself. So that is disease, this is power. So this is what
One's
is
in
happening.
control and one's out of control.
Out of control. Both are same. Experiences are same. So when I experienced that, I can create disease and I can create death. Then who am I? Fundamental question. If I can create my disease and I can solve my problems, I can create my death. If I can create my death, I can create my birth also. That is what is called the job of God.
Yeah.
Then when I recognize that immortality within, something which is beyond the changes, I am infinitely free. I know, I am what I know. If I know the infinity, I am the infinity, the omnipresence.
Wow.
If something is omnipresence, I see the energy, infinite energy,
Mm-hmm.
it is reaching everywhere, which is called omnipresence.
Gotcha.
So if something is omnipotent and omnipresent, and I know that I am that, that is what is called in India, Aham Brahmasmi. I am the reality.
Wow.
Then I became religious.
Okay.
So this is what is happening. So this
Yeah.
is what happened. Then I felt, why should I keep this one for myself? So I
Sure.
wanted to share with this others. So that's why I came out. I changed my uniform of meditation. I gave up my saffron dress,
Okay.
wore my normal dress, and I became one among the society. Then
Is
I am
that
serving the
hard to
society
leave
now.
that side of it? Is
Pardon?
when you decide to leave from the side where you're wearing it sound like you said you were wearing a uniform of a monk or something along those lines. When you switch back to regular society, does anyone think anything odd of that, or is that a normal thing for somebody to do?
Actually, when I recognized the meaning of the saffron dress, I was not ready for wearing that. Unknowingly, I did it. And I knew that it is not necessary for this spiritual practice.
Gotcha.
So I faced another challenge also, because when I came back to my home from the forest, my younger brother, 3 years younger to me, he was an officer in Indian Air Force. He immediately rushed back to see me. So he came to me, and he was having a problem like acidity. Always he used to get acidity, being an officer maybe. Sometime even in the house also he will be standing like this. I used to
It's
tell,
a
come on, you
stressful
are not an
job, probably
officer.
not eating healthy on a regular basis. There's probably a lot of factors that fall into that, right? You're dealing with a lot of problems from other people.
Yes,
Yeah.
wrong food, wrong discipline, and wrong behavior.
Yeah.
See, when we try to enforce law on others who are equal to us, there will be a little, guilty consciousness within.
Sure.
So when I try to beat somebody, it's thinking that he should obey me. Of course, law enforcement is by power.
Yeah.
Actually, law enforcement must be with perfect awareness. This is a spiritual idea. Again, that is a different subject.
Sure.
So when this guy came, and I saw he was having acidity, and I told him, come on, do some breathing exercise. This will be minimized or it will be gone. He became really upset with me. And he said, I came to see you because you are my brother. I heard that you came back from the forest.
Yeah.
So I just came here to see you, but never try to advise me. He was very angry with me. And he
Really?
said, you are a failure. My younger brother told me, because I was having the most colorful life in the Middle East. One day he heard that I left everything and went to the forest, means as far as his knowledge goes, I am crazy and I was a failure.
He doesn't understand the journey you were on.
Yes. So this is what the modern world is assessing a person, the success and failure. It is based on the material possessions and power. But the internal freedom is completely ignored. That's why the whole world is in a chaos now.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I immediately recognized that even though my direct brother, he is so close to me, he loves me, but still he is scared of listening me about this freedom because of my outfits, my attributes.
Yeah.
So I decided, see, dress is nothing in front of a person who is liberated. I said, okay, what makes you comfortable? I should be one among you, one among the society. That is why I left the saffron dress and wore my normal one.
So
Then
the perception changed. The uniform was his perception of who you were, not who was on the inside.
it is to impress others, nothing else.
Right. Exactly. Like it was what was perceived, but it was part of the uniform. But really, what's inside of the uniform is still what you're now, but you're just dressed differently. Nothing changes, but the perception of the initial thought when somebody meets you or visualizes you, like there's no preconceived notion, like an ego of what you are.
Yes. See, one more thing. It's again like a police officer is coming to a place where there is little agitation. If he is in uniform, people will be aware that, oh, police came, so we should be careful.
Yeah.
If that same police officer came in an ordinary T-shirt and they try to handle the situation, it will be dangerous.
Sure.
Same way, the spiritual uniforms in the mosque or in the church or in the monastery or in the gurudwara, why people wear the dress? Because immediately the frame, the attitude, as you said, the perception will change.
Yeah.
Of the perception of the viewer will change immediately based on the presentation.
Yeah.
So presentation is for external, like appreciation or conviction. That's all.
Right. But your brother was focused on the presentation part of it versus
Yes,
who you
of
were on
course.
the inside.
Yes. So when I changed my presentation and I got married, I started my business. I started moving around as same as one among the society. Then my brother came to me. Oh, now you are okay. You are doing that. Now any physical problem comes, first he come and ask me, Anna means elder brother, what should I do? Now he is
Wow.
ready to listen me.
Okay. So you went
Earlier
from
he was
somebody
scared.
he was almost it sounded like he was almost disappointed because you weren't in the uniform anymore or the saffron dress. And then he understood who you were, and maybe it took him a little bit longer, but now he has an appreciation for it.
Yes. So see, like saffron is very, very important as far as the spiritual discipline goes. That also we should not ignore that.
Yeah.
If I reach to a mental stage that I don't want to keep myself in my physical body anymore, when I get that ultimate conclusion, then I am ready to leave the body. I mean, I am ready to die.
Yes.
But there is a law, cosmic law, saying that everything is pre-planned by a cosmic, design, which we call destiny.
Yes.
So I cannot leave the material body before the time which is permitted to me.
Gotcha.
So and mentally I am ready to go, but the natural time is not yet come. What I should do? So I am fully detached as I have gone from the body. That time only I can wear the saffron. Then people will come to know this guy is completely detached. Saffron is the sign or the color of fire or the color of real earth. So when I leave the body, actually what is happening? Either it will be taken to the dome or it will be taken to the fire.
Yeah.
Both are same. So when mentally I sacrifice my body either to the soil or to the fire, I can wear the saffron. Then people will come to know I have no house, no body consciousness, no wife, no children, no society, nothing. He is eternally free. Then that person will become the wealth of the society. That was the ancient tradition.
Okay.
He was not blocked even in the gate of the palace. He was free to go everywhere because he was the embodiment of detachment.
Gotcha.
So that was the concept. When I recognized that, I knew that I was not ready yet to wear the saffron.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then your brother started understanding that you had this ability to connect with things, and he started to understand that when he had a problem, you were suddenly a great resource for him to come to. And does it feel like a duty that you have to help others, or is it like, what's the feeling that you get that pushes you in the direction of helping others?
See, this is what is called Prayogika Vedanta in India, the practical method of spiritualism.
Okay.
If I am focusing only on my liberation and my exploration of higher dimensions, I can go to the deep Himalayas, deep caves of Himalayas, where the external temperature will be low. There I can, heat up my body temperature, increase the temperature. I can experience different plane of existence. That is high level yoga practice.
Okay.
There are people who are holding their soul in the body for thousands of years. It may look a little bit exaggerated, but it is the reality. Matter is nothing but the material cohesiveness, like ice. Water molecules, when the cohesiveness is increased, the rigidity increases, we will call it as ice.
Yeah.
Once that heat is increased, when that water molecules lose their connection, it will fall back as water.
Right.
Still, same molecules.
Sure.
You heat up, then the same water will be changing the form of vapor.
Yeah. Steam.
Same molecule, steam.
Yeah.
So solid thing, water, or vapor, you heat it up again with the high temperature and pressure, it will go to different dimension. Then remove the heat from the vapor, you will get the same water back. Remove the heat from the temperature, you will get the same ice. So the player behind the change of form or state is fire. We have 37.3 degrees centigrade heat in the body. If you know how to change the heat through a controlled way, you can experience different dimensions of your material presentation.
I love that. I've never thought of ice and water like that before. It's an amazing analogy where it's the same thing, but it's experienced different ways depending on the temperature. And I would guess that's kind of like how your soul works as well, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Depending on what I wouldn't say temperature, but whatever you're experiencing at the time.
See, scientifically speaking, temperature, heat is the player of change.
Yeah.
You have this 37 degree. If you get 1 or 2 degree high, you will lose your consciousness. People say, "Oh, now he is speaking strange way because he lost his consciousness." But still, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Law of conservation of energy. If one form of energy changes, it will appear in another form. This is what in 1905 modern science declared that. 5,300 years ago, a book is written based on yoga called Bhagavad Gita. It is saying the same. Nasado vidide bhavo, na
How do
bhavo
you say that
vidide.
one?
Pardon?
What was the term? Bhagavita?
Bhagavad Gita, it is written around 5,300 years ago in India.
Okay.
And
what is that?
It is talking about high level or the scientific side of yoga and its application.
Okay.
Yeah. And in that book, it is clearly written, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. In Sanskrit, na sado vidyade bhavo, na bhavo vidyade shada. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It continues, a person who recognizes this reality must be called Tattvadarshi, scientist.
Okay.
How many thousands of years ago it is written? Anyhow, so when we learn to change the body temperature consciously through practice, we can experience the different state of existence, different dimensions of our own existence. So I am not only this matter, I am the energy manifesting as the matter. I mean the body. When I go beyond my body consciousness, I can establish myself into the mental consciousness. From the mind, I can go to the more subtle level of existence. So like that, different layers of existence are there, the different realms of existence we have. So if you don't know, you can say, nothing is there like that. If you know, you'll say, yeah, I can go here and there. Anyhow, so these kind of things must be experienced or at least explained for everybody. My brother, when he came to know, he was really conscious about his inner potential, but he was scared to get into the practice because it is wrongly informed him. Okay. So with that concept, anybody who is diving deep into their own reality used to be detached from the material life. This is what is the religious ideas. See, have you seen a religious leader who is doing a business?
Yeah, never.
Hey, this is what they pretend that I am detached and they wanted to hold everything. That is the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
This should change. We should be holistic in our life. We should be realistic. That is why I declare that I am a yogi, but I am a businessman. This is my business acumen. I am doing it, but with a detached mind. Yeah. So whether the business is going high or low, I don't care because there is a universal law which is managing everything. So I will be perfect in my action, but not worried. This is what is called the holistic approach.
So by your perfect action, the results will come on their own, and the the thoughts of whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing don't really matter at that point, because as long as you're doing the right thing, the right results will come.
Again, what is right alone? You cannot see something right alone in this nature.
Sure.
Without wrong, there is no right. Without failure, there is no success. Without pain, there is no gain.
Yeah.
So, matter is a combined form of two opposites. If you want to see a day, day and night is there. Without hunger, I never experienced taste.
Yeah.
So, everything is opposites, but connected together with a balance.
Okay.
So the moment we understand that balance, we will be enjoying our actions, but no worries about the result.
I love
This
it.
is what is appreciated in India as the karma yoga. You do your job, no worries, because nature has a balance. Like if you have a headache,
Yeah.
if you are worried about the headache, you will always have headache. You take a medicine, feel that I took the right medicine.
Right.
Then leave the rest to nature. Then you are relieved.
I love
Otherwise,
that idea, and I kind of do that already in my business, which I have a day job, I have a sales job, but with my gym, I have one of the biggest teams around as far as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I have one of the biggest gyms around, like physical spaces. I have never advertised in the 6 years that I've had this gym. I used to teach at another place for about 10 years, but I don't advertise at all. And people seem to find me on all the time. And I don't look for people. And when people come to my gym, I tell them, I'm not going to sell you anything. You're going to tell me whether you want to be part of this team or not. And that's the whole sales process I have. And the name of my gym is Good Vibes Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is just an oxymoron, or the yin and yang, because you're good vibes, but you're trying to hurt people at the same time. So the two kind of go together. And I don't, like I said, I don't advertise, but people kind of find me, and I take that approach. And I didn't realize I did it until you were just mentioning how you're doing the things you were just saying, that if you're doing all the processes and all the things are right, it'll happen on its own, and the end result will be what it needs to be.
yes. So as you said, everything is vibration.
Yeah.
See, in the beginning, according to modern science, in the beginning there was a big bang. After the big bang, there was a vibration, electromagnetic radiation. This material, this world is only a vibration.
Yeah.
So when your mind vibrates, of course, it will be connected to similar minds, whether you advertise or not. This connection will bring people to you, or you will reach to that people, because you are connected in that dimension.
Yes.
Whether suppose you give more advertisement, do you think that only through advertisement more people will come? No. What is meant to happen will happen.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to rely on that reality. So, see, like yesterday, I was informed from the office, Guruji, you have an podcast at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I said, okay. But before I sleep, I thought, okay, next day morning, 6:30, this one, then there is a schedule. But do you know, 500,000 people all over the world are not coming out from the bed every day.
Yeah.
Yes, that means I was not one among that 500,000. But who knows that what is meant for us next moment? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But
There's no
still,
predictor of the future.
yes, nobody can predict. But still, we are really scared of or worried about the future.
Yeah.
This is the pain of the ordinary people. Still, in their heart, they know they cannot change anything. It is not necessary to change. But in the brain, they are always entangled into these opposites, like belief, pain, or pleasure, or gain and loss. But in the heart, there is something in the middle. Gain and loss, I am managing. Heart knows everything, but brain fails to listen the heart.
So
What yoga does?
The brain sometimes fights the heart.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So what we should do, bring the mind or brain, connect to the heart. When the link,
This goes
the
back
link,
to what we were talking about at the very beginning.
yeah, yoga.
Yeah.
Union. That's all.
I love
Very
it.
simple practice. Yes. So when we establish that connection, the brain will be capable of listening the heart. Then that person will smile from the heart.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yes.
And so you're having this journey where you're learning all these things and you're connecting with your brother, and you take this out and start your I'm going to say it wrong, Ayurvedic healing center?
Ayurvedic.
Where
See,
does that enter your life, and how do you start that? Like what part of you says, okay, now I need to share this with other people and help them have the understanding that you have, and have the ability to look internally and to heal themselves from whatever the issues are that they're having.
that's what, see, Ayurveda is a comprehensive medical system of ancient India. It's a complete science, but it has two dimensions or two layers.
Yeah.
One is material science, other one is spiritual science.
Okay.
Or the one is the mind, power of mind, other is the power of medicine.
Okay.
So when we integrate this both, like body and mind, no disease is beyond control, or nothing is impossible in front of that section.
Sure.
So unfortunately, after the invasion of British and other things, like for the last 1100 years, India was under the power invasion of other powers, right from the Turks, then Mughals, then Portuguese, French, then Dutch, then finally British. Around the 250 years of complete destruction, India lost that essence. But now it is being revived.
Okay.
So here, more than the medicine, mind has the power. So then I recognized this reality. I came to know that we are miserably missing that part, the subtle part of the science.
Yeah.
So I decided to propagate that. I established a center where 7 qualified, academically certified doctors are working with me. They are dealing with the machines and medicine.
Yeah.
If somebody is coming with a headache, yes, they can go for an MRI and find out, integrate this modern machinery support and traditional medicines, 50%. Then the rest 50% is mind power. It should be trained. So if you come to me with a certain problem, maybe change in the rhythm of your heart.
Sure.
Yes, immediately my doctors can take you to an EEG to find out what's happening. The machine can be used, and they will say, okay, this many medicines should be applied. 50% of the body problem is attended. Then you will come to me, and I will just see the energy vibration and tell you how to use the mind to manipulate your material things within yourself, by yourself.
Yeah. So
When you-
like the doctors are on the backside of it, where they're addressing the problem, where you're on the front side of it, preventing the problem.
Little change. Doctors are seeing the front side, the manifested form of matter, your body. They will attend, and I will take care of the hidden part, the subtle side. The mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ayurveda is a science of combination of mind and body.
Yeah.
See, 2,300 years ago, there is a book, the authentic book of Ayurveda. It is declaring this. Sharira manaso yogo paraspara manurajet. Sharira is subtle body, gross body, material body. Mana means mind. See the similarity.
Yeah.
Mana in Sanskrit means mind. So mind is the background, the foundation. Matter is the presentation. So gross and the subtle, they are integrated each other. If you need a complete healing or management, you have to attend both.
Okay.
So how I support people, train people how to explore the power of mind. Doctors will support how to explore the power of body. When we integrate this, that is pure, genuine Ayurveda.
Nice. And is the chakras, is that part of what you work with as well? Because certain things have popped up on my radar just in the last few days, like mudra, the sacred hand symbols. Last night, as I was researching stuff to talk to you, that popped up into my feed, and then suddenly chakras popped up into my feed, and I was traveling today, and I was in Philadelphia. That's where I'm, outside of Philadelphia. And for some reason, I saw a spiritual store like that sold spiritual goods, and I felt the urge to go in there. And I wound up buying one of these while I was in there. And it's not the one that I asked for, but when I got it, it was the one I thought I needed. It was interesting that some of these things present themselves to myself or to me. And so, as you're working with someone on the spiritual side, what are some of the things that? How do you start someone out on that side? Because I would think when someone comes to you, like they clearly have a physical problem, but they don't maybe necessarily realize that the other side is missing, meaning the spiritual side of it. And how do you get someone started on that healing path?
See, two things. Before I get into that question,
Yeah.
you just now you said you are attracted or something is coming to you with the pyramids and all these things.
Yeah.
This is our inner vibes or the vibration from the heart. Brain is failing to sort it out.
Okay.
That is what is the real confusion. Now you have the confusion why this came. Actually, your heart is more into meditation.
Okay.
That is why I see the pyramid shape. When you sit for meditation, it is advised to sit on a particular posture for meditation. When you sit in a comfortable way and a scientific way, your body will attain a pyramid shape.
Ah.
That is the symbol. But if you don't know the science behind the symbols, you will be falling into a wrong belief or a wrong faith.
Okay.
In India, you can see countless gods.
Yeah.
But people are really completely, messing up the concept of God. They're even fighting each other. God is nothing but a symbol which is guiding you to the reality, a limited form which will support you to take to the infinity.
Wow.
This is what. So the symbols, actually things are coming to you by an inner vibration. It is attracting. So now the second question. When people come to me, usually people are coming with incurable diseases. See, if something is there, can be managed with medicine, who is going to bother about spiritual healing and everything? Suppose you have a headache, you went to a doctor, he gave you a medicine, the headache is gone, then you are not bothered about it. But the pain, the headache is coming in a regular basis, it is giving you trouble and the medicines are not giving you, then we went for an MRI, everything. So machines and medicine failed, still you are suffering means you have no other option. Then you will think of a healer. That's what's happening. These kind of people who are labeled as autoimmune disease, things or diseases, problems beyond the power or control of machines and medicine, then they will be forced to come to this kind of alternative medical system.
Does it feel like a lot of people like take that as a last ditch approach to heal versus being educated on the front side and working it into their lives where they would have much more success if they were to discover it sooner?
See, very rare people only going for the search after the reality.
Yeah.
Majority is busy. So we have to be, you have to see the condition of people. Everybody is fighting for the survival or everybody is fighting to be succeeded. So everybody is busy and messed up with the machines. We have no escape. What we should do, we should be able to enhance ourselves to handle the situations in a comfortable way. So here we can leave the people who are comfortably depending on medicines and they are busy. Let them. But a limited section of the society, they want to know what is beyond the manifested world. Like as a young guy, at the age of 25, I left my colorful life and went to the forest in search of reality. So my forest life was still mysterious for many people, and they cannot even think. They used to ask, oh, what you were eating, what you were wearing, what you were doing. So it's a mystery for them because they cannot conceive that idea. I was enjoying that. So one section of the society, even like you had gone through physical disciplines, you have gymnasium, everything, but still something is pricking you. Something is there beyond the body discipline. That is what is making you spiritually curious. That's
Yes,
why
and
you
that's why I
ask
get to
these
have
kind of,
lucky,
yeah,
fun
these kind of
conversations with
questions.
folks like yourself. The,
Yeah.
the, the greatest thing about me accepting the path that my podcast went on is the ability to have these conversations. And I get little pieces from every person that I speak to, and it's not whole for me yet. It's coming, but I'm getting
Yes.
pieces of it, and I wish this was presented to me earlier in life, because if you think about education as a child, what do we focus on? Reading, writing, math, all those things, but nothing internal. It's all external or book knowledge, but nobody takes a minute to teach you about how to connect with yourself.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
yeah,
So you are a section, you are a representation of a minute or 1% of the total, society.
sure.
But 99% people are materially entangled.
Yes.
Yes, that is their life. But among these people, when they reach to a condition where their pains are persisting, and these pains are beyond the machines and medicine, then they will be forced to find out a remedy. These
Yeah.
kind of people are coming to me. So when they come to me, our doctors will explain the application of medicine, and they will inform the person that these medicines are supporting you 50%. The
Yeah.
rest of the side, the healing process is through your own mind. Then they will be forced to ask, okay, how can I explore the power of mind? Then
Yeah.
they will say, okay, speak with the Guruji. Then they are prepared either forcefully or time.
Yeah.
They are willing to listen me. When they are willing, I train them technically. Uh, Traditionally, this is what is said, and modern science is accepting this way.
Yeah.
So I give an intellectual explanation uh, about their intuitive reality. When I
Okay.
explain that, they get ready. Yes, then they get the training. When they train themselves to make use of their power of mind,
Mm-hmm.
then the medicines given to them by doctors will work very well.
Yeah. It
Then
increases the ability of the medicine to work, because there's a connection on both sides.
of course, mind is the immunity. When we enhance the immunity, medicine can be a good support.
Yeah.
Otherwise, without a foundation, when we try to construct something, there is no stability. So, mind is the foundation.
Yeah.
Foundation should be strengthened properly. Then you construct with the medicine and other things. Then you will get a comfortable, strong structure of health. This
And
is the
right now
fundamental
we do
theory
everything
of
the
India.
opposite way.
Now, yes, now we are in opposite way because, as you said, education.
Yeah.
Modern education is depending only on material science.
Mm-hmm.
That is the problem. Like ancient Indian education system was with the two pillars, like material education from the schools,
Mm-hmm.
it's called Gurukulas, and spiritual education from temples.
And
So
was
when
that taken away by all the other people that have occupied your country over all of the years?
Yes, they
And it was
destroyed
diminished.
everything. They are completely not gone. Thousands and thousands of temples and libraries
Yeah.
kept on, traditionally maintained, put on fire by the invaders because they thought these are all against their beliefs,
Right.
blind beliefs. So they destroyed everything. Thousands and thousands destroyed, but still thousands are remaining. See what
Yeah.
a wonderful country! Like once it was the richest country in the world. 35% of that world GDP was contributed by this country
Yeah.
once. That's why all ships were sailing to India during that
Sure.
time. Anyhow, so what is missing now? The modern education is single pillar. There, everybody now education is to win over others. Like, okay, I am an engineer. I should
Yeah.
be the topmost. I should get this contract and this, and I should increase my material wealth.
Right.
Good. In material wealth, there must be competition. But what will happen when I focus only on material wealth? When I reach to my age of 40, 50, when body start, losing its real power of enjoyment,
Yeah.
internally I will get confused. BP will shoot up. sugar level will go high, then weakness, numbness, pain, all these things. Then I put on medicines. Then heart will say, hey, Baba, what you are doing? I am restless.
Yeah.
That restlessness will reflect as burnout, stress, and many other lifestyle diseases.
Yeah.
This is what was rectified by Indian tradition. Material education was one pillar, spiritual education was another pillar. So they were growing together. So when this a person reaches to 45, 50 age, he will come to know now the aggression of getting business or be the winning over everybody
Yeah.
is less. That time he will slowly detach himself and he will connect his spiritual reality with the material achievement. Then he will have a consistent, solid personality. No worries, no shake, no stress, no burnout.
I
This
love
is,
that
yeah.
thought because how many times have you met someone, and I meet them all the time, where they've been a workaholic their entire life and they've missed out on all these things, and then as they get older they realize that all those years of working so hard has kept them from other things, whether it was connection with family, connection with friends, connection with themselves, and people will lose all that and suddenly they have a realization that all those other things weren't as important as they thought they were. And then they start looking at the other
Yes.
spiritual or holistic side of it.
But again, this is what is the main thing we have to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Whether I am open to everybody or not,
Right.
nothing is going to change. See, like I may think I love my children, I love my family, I love my brothers, I love my friends, I love my country,
Yeah.
whatever may be, whether I love or not, one day, the moment I leave this body, body will become dead body. Even my children will be immediately thinking or calling everybody how fast we can dispose this thing. Who is with?
It's so true.
It's a truth. Come on, this is what people are comfortably ignoring because they're
Yeah.
scared. Whether I love everybody or not, nobody will follow me.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I can do for my peace of mind, I can enjoy my loneliness, something
Yes.
beyond my body, because I should be aware that body is nothing but a material combination, temporary combination.
It's
And
a vessel.
at any time, I have to leave this. This is what is the fundamentals of spiritual education.
Yeah.
So, as a child, I was prepared to leave the body.
Wow.
So I started enjoying my loneliness. That loneliness is everywhere. This is what even Jesus Christ said, practice unconditional love.
Yeah.
So you can make yourself available for everybody, but you don't need anybody.
Yeah.
It's an amazing feeling.
It is.
I-
I,
yeah,
I had the realization a few months ago, and probably longer than that, maybe a year or two ago, that I was not that important in the grand scheme of things, and it freed me up to just change the way I thought about the world when I wasn't so afraid anymore. And I realized when I started to talk about the religion thing earlier, I just thought everything ended when you died, and that was it. And then I became back into the where my spirit goes on eternally, and my body is a vessel, and it freed me up from certain fears about how I treat my life and how I interact with things, because to your point, it's only going to be me going to the other side when it happens. And there's a loneliness to that. And I have to accept that loneliness and find an appreciation for it.
not only accepting, you should enjoy that loneliness.
Yes.
So when you enjoy the loneliness, you will become unconditional.
Yeah.
Suppose my wife came one day, said that I'm enough, I'm leaving. I will smile because I enjoy my loneliness.
Yeah.
So whether she is near me or not, it doesn't make any change.
Sure.
But same time, since I am separated or detached from my body, I can consider my wife also as my body. So
Yes.
unconditionally, I am loving her. If she doesn't want to be with me, thank you. If she wants to be with me, thank you. Both are equally, taken care of.
Wow.
Oh, if my country says that, okay, you are not good for this country, come on, we are going to put you in a lonely island. Come on, we are sending you out. I say, thank you very much. Wherever I go, so long as I am in the body, I need air. who can stop the air.
Yeah.
So the location will not make any difference because it is designed by the cosmic law.
Wow.
So when I connect myself with that, I am everywhere,
Yeah.
but nowhere. I am available for everybody, but nobody in front of me. So this is something that's an experience beyond our mind.
Yeah.
Mind is always connected to, or it's an outcome of two opposites. But when we go beyond this, we will be having a comfortable position of the middle level. This is what even Buddha said, practice middle path.
Yes.
Neither left nor right. We can comfortably be in the middle. We can handle masculine and feminine.
And,
You
and
can
this
be
is
with the society. Yes.
And this is the things that you're teaching people when they come to you for this, the side that you handle versus the traditional doctors.
Of course, when I explain this thing, the moment they accept that, their immunity level will be very high because the problem was in the mind. It was confused.
Yeah.
Confused mind is complicated.
Do you
Once
see a
mind is
lot of, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Do you see a lot of people go through an immediate change on how they perceive the world once you have these kind of conversations with them?
immediate change, I can say it's like the result is 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't mean to interrupt your thought. If you want to continue, if you remember what you were about to say.
Yeah, see, once mind is confused, that confusion will be permeates to the body.
Yeah.
Once body is confused, confusion is disagreement between two parties. Suppose I'm interacting with you, and we have similar thought, similar vibration, and we are comfortably continuing our association. When I say something which is not accepted by you, you try to clear it, and I try to argue on that. Then there is a confusion.
Yeah.
When the confusion increases, we will feel bored. We say, okay, enough. Then we will be separated.
Right.
When the same thing is applied in the body, when mind is confused, body is the manifested form of mind. So when the confusion is permeated in the cells, the cells are really in communication with a very close unconditional friends. They exchange their energy.
Yeah.
When the confusion comes, the cells will start, arguing each other in a different
repelling.
sense. Yeah, repelling. Then once that confusion goes beyond certain limit, they feel being separated. The moment that cell binding is losing, that is called the autoimmune state. Cells will start dying beyond control.
And that's where the sickness and disease comes from.
Of course, when that confusion develops into complications, then the complications will do complete destruction. When cells started dying unknowingly, body is diseased. There is no medicine going to work in that body because the structure of the building is destroyed.
Yeah.
Then which engineer can support that structure? External supports are too limited to a structure when the foundation is lost. So foundation is the clarity of mind. This is what I do. Then once the clarity is settled back, restored, then the medicine can work very well. Then the structure is again made solid.
I love it. I know I've had you for about an hour and 15 minutes here. Would you be open to further conversation somewhere down the road? I would love to talk to you a few more times.
Of course. I love talking to you because you are a good, like a partner to be communicated.
I appreciate everything. And I've enjoyed the conversation, and there's a lot of eye-opening moments where you've shared stuff that has made an incredible amount of sense that I've never thought about before, like just the different forms of water and other things during the conversation. And I would love to talk to you about whatever topic you want to talk about next time. If there's something specific you would like to speak about. Today was more about getting to know you and to get an understanding of who you were. And when your folks came to me, I was like, what am I going to talk to him about? I have no idea. And you know what? And I did a little bit of research, and the conversation took its own path, and it was everything I expected it to be and better. And I truly enjoyed it. And where can people find you? How can they get in touch with you? How can they find your help? and then we'll wrap up for a second, and then we'll just talk for one more second once we're done.
We have the website.
Okay.
So our Vishnu can share with you. It's www.indimasi.com.
Okay.
And mostly people are coming through the website. And what I feel is, this is what miserably missing.
Yeah.
We have to put a deliberate effort to spread this idea. And this is our collective responsibility to share this one to people. And when people get settled within, this external competition and unnecessary chaos will be minimized. I will not say it can completely be eliminated.
Sure.
But now this, it's like an epidemic.
Yeah.
It is destroying many people. So we have to find a vaccine against that epidemic.
Right.
The vaccine against this so-called epidemic is the inner balance.
Yes.
Make people aware of it. At least we have to inform that beyond this limited religious faith, come on, there is something as the essence of religion.
Yes.
Take it, adopt it, and put it for our daily life. We can see a wonderful change first within everybody, then it will reflect on society. So this is our social responsibility to spread this idea as many people as possible.
I feel like that has become my calling over the last 2 years once I branched off onto my own and doing my own podcast. And like I told you, I resisted it. And now I understand what I'm here for, and the things I should do when I have these wonderful conversations is to spread the word and to help others get on the same path to whatever it is via the vehicle of the things we were just talking about. So I really love this conversation. You were so amazing to talk to. And I like I said, I definitely want to talk to you again. So hang on one more sec, okay?